The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
90,000. March non-farm payrolls increased by just 98,000 jobs. The unemployment rate dipped to 4.5%, and average hourly earnings up 0.2%.
Dude, 0.2%. Hourly wages up 0.2%. Don't spend it in one place this weekend, please. Hold on to that money. Maybe try to save it. It's just nuts. What are you, nuts? This is crazy. Where's the 265,000 jobs? The ADP came out the other day at 265,000 jobs. Remember, the market went up nearly, 190 points. Of course, we lost that because in the afternoon there was an announcement that, the Federal Reserve is going to turn around and start selling all their bonds, and interest rates are going to spike, and you're going to be paying more for your car, you're going to be paying more for your credit card, you're going to be paying more for everything because interest rates go up, and the government's going to have to pay even more money. Instead of the $256 billion they pay in interest every year, that's going to go up to $347 billion, which means now we don't have any money. Even at $257 billion we're paying right now in interest, we have no money to do anything else. That's why our bridges are collapsing, our roads are collapsing. We have no money for R&D. Because once we pay that interest, we're broke. So now it's going to go. They're saying from. Let's see. Let me get the right number. So it's going to go from $257 billion right now to $257 billion to $285 billion. So it's even going to get worse. It's just crazy. It's just nuts. You know, the real problem now is that now with Syria, with all this going on about Russia, the investigation on Russia, boy. I'm just really afraid that Trump is going to get distracted. Ryan the other day when he came out and he said that he felt that they're not going to be able to get to the cuts, the tax cuts, the tax reform. In fact, they said it was in here. I think we have a cut. Listen to this. I couldn't believe this. Wait a minute. I can't believe it. I said this would happen. Of course I believe it.
We will need more time to do tax reform. We were actually closer in agreement on health care than we were on tax reform.
What?
The House has a plan, but the Senate doesn't quite have one yet. They're working on one. The White House hasn't nailed it down. So even the three entities aren't on the same page yet on tax reform.
Wait a minute. Give me a break. Are you kidding me?
When would you expect we're going to have meaningful tax reform through the Congress?
So we're spending an enormous amount of time on taxes right now. It's I would say it's probably my number one agenda item right now is taxes. We are coming up with the cohesive plan. We are going to launch with one cohesive plan together.
Come on, get it out.
I don't know if it's August or not. Getting it done well and getting it done right.
Oh, my God. Did they say that's the same thing? Wasn't that the excuse? The same thing they said about health care? Oh, we got to get it done right. Look, I told you that this would never happen. When this all first started, I said, they're not going to get the health care deal through. They're not going to get the tax cuts through. It's not going to be till next year. And everybody that jumped in this stock market rally, that 14% rally, because everybody was so giddy and all excited, and they were excited for a good reason. But I said it would never happen. They were excited because they knew these tax cuts were so vitally needed, because they needed the corporations for their earnings to go up around $20. And that would fill in the gap between the value that they're putting their stock at let's just use a PE ratio of 17. The real value of that is at 12. So the real value of stocks are at 12, and they're pricing at 17. So they felt that if they could get this tax cut through, that would fill that gap in, and we wouldn't have a correction. That's why they were so excited. But I told you it would never happen. Trump's got too many enemies, especially in the Republican Party. not just the Democrats, but the Republicans. So this is a real problem. And then when they announced yesterday, think about this. They said they're going to turn around and start liquidating their $45 trillion in bonds. What? Why didn't they ever liquidate it under Obama? I mean, 4.5 trillion in bonds. Why didn't they ever liquidate it under Obama? Well, they couldn't. If you started to liquidate, that's your QE program. Remember, the QE program was put in place to buy 4.5 trillion of bonds, to buy 85 billion a month of bonds, to push the stock market up since 2008, to hold it up. That's what holds the market up. Holds the market up. What are you, nuts? So now all of a sudden they decide to change it when Trump becomes the president? Sure, to screw him. Because they want to see the stock market collapse. And he's going to be blamed for it. So that's why they're going to start liquidating. This is crazy stuff. I remember when Aunt B, maybe you remember this, I don't know. But I was thinking about it the other night. Just unbelievable. In 2014, she went in front of Congress. And Congress asked, was she concerned over the incomes of the middle class? First of all, their savings is down to nothing with 0% interest rates. They can't save. Their fixed income is terrible because of the low interest rates. And what are we going to do about the middle class? Their income is not just stagnant anymore, it's falling. And we got 100 million people out of work. What are you going to do? You're going to keep these interest rates low forever? Then Aunt Beep said that she would promise that her new policies and Obama's new policies would restore an upward mobility and improve prospects for growth and employment in this economy. She was a liar. And I said that at the time. I said, she's a liar. The Fed can't restore upward mobility and improve prospects for growth and employment when its target interest rates is zero. Target interest rates at zero are killing your economy. Zero interest rates kill your wages. Because how well do we know? Because companies, how many times have we said this? When companies can go borrow money, it doesn't cost them any money, and it's free. They just take their profits with the free money, pile it together, and push it into stock buybacks. And when you have stock buybacks and they're not buying equipment, they're not doing business investment, then there's no increase in productivity and wages don't go up. So she both-faced lie. Why don't they put her in a jail for lying? So this is a real problem. If this tax cut doesn't get through, but it's going to be a real problem because the market will have no choice but to correct. And that's a beautiful opportunity for all of us who know the stock market. Because you make more money when the stock market goes down. Not the folks in 401ks, you get really screwed. It's been designed that way. When stocks start to correct, everybody else is happy, but the poor people in 401ks keep calling their brokers trying to get, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What should I do? What should I do? And what do you always hear? You heard this same thing in the dot-com bust. You heard this thing in the housing financial bust, and you're going to hear it. You heard it in 1987.
You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry. Yeah. How many people heard that? If you could get through. If you could get through. So this zero interest rate policy, to say that this was a good thing, and to say the QE policy, the printing of $85 billion of money is backed by nothing, to go buy bonds, to force everybody out of the bond market into the stock market to push the market up artificially is good. She should be in jail. Holding these Fed fund rates at zero since December 2016 has killed this economy. Has killed this economy. But guess what? They're not going to rally these things up fast enough. They got to keep raising rates, but they're not going to do it. They're caught. We'll talk more about that when we get back. And how do we make some money? What about oil and gold? That's all next.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time, real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your #1 source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. When St. Jude finds something that works well with a certain cancer, they share that with everybody. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge. We just have to worry about helping Chandler, and he's just my heart.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market. The Max Best 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Best is they follow the important money. The hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart as low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. This segment of the Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
When you look at the job report as a whole, I think there's an awful lot of good news in here. We see the unemployment rate drop to 4.5%. And
wait a minute, the unemployment rate dropped to 4.3%, 4.4%. A lot of good news. It's dropping because the discouraged worker who hasn't been looking for a job, now he's finally, looking for work. So a lot of these that were discouraged are coming back, starting to look for work, and that's what drives the unemployment rate down. So that's a bunch of nonsense. Welcome back to Phil's Gang. God sakes, this is unbelievable. Let me give you my number. It's open line. 877-600-GANG. I'm sorry. 855-745-7445, 855-745-7445. Let's take a look at your stock. I'll put it up on my MV2 chart. It's color-coded, 855-745-7445. You don't have to be a gang member, and I'll help you out. Okay. All I ask you to make a little bit of money, make sure you take care of St. Jude. All right, so we're going to look at some what's going on. I still believe that there's going to be a lot of opportunity in gold. You're just going to have to be patient. Okay, it's the same thing that happened to us back in 2015 when we started buying gold mining stocks. It took a lot of patience, but finally it paid off. We were up over 120% in gold mining stocks, and we're trying to capture that again. So, but again, you got to be patient because the dollar is, one day the dollar's back up, one day the dollar's back down because of the policies. So you just got to be patient. Because the only place to go for safety is not bonds, is gold. Especially gold mining stocks. You want gold, you don't want the bullion, you want mining stocks, okay? But you gotta be patient. You can't expect you go in one day and all of a sudden you're gonna become a millionaire. That's the biggest problem with investors. They start to buy stocks or they buy gold mining stocks, whatever. They think that same day they're supposed to make money. That's not how investing works. You gotta have a 1-year time frame. And when you buy a stock, you just don't buy it and hold it for a year. You manage not the stock, you manage your money. And when the institutions decide to buy the stock, you're going to be right there buying with them. But here's the key. When they decide to take their money out, you got to take your money out. Otherwise, if you leave your money in, you're going to lose it. That's why people hate the stock market. That's why so many people aren't in the stock market. It should be, because they've been through that. They rode these bubbles up that are, remember, created by our bubble masters. The Federal Reserve creates these bubbles on purpose. But the problem is you never get out. You don't get out. You just ride it all the way back down because you're in these stupid 401ks. And a 401k won't let you make money on the way down. And the biggest thing we're being shown right now, it couldn't be more clear, we're going to have a correction. You're going to have a 30% correction. When they made that announcement that they're going to start selling these bonds, you understand what that means? We started out on the balance sheet with about $650 billion in bonds. The Fed ran it up to $4.5 trillion. That's been holding up the entire stock market. Now, why did they decide to sell now? Why didn't they start liquidating under Obama? Because they loved Obama. Aunt Bee's a liberal Democrat. She's a socialist. She'd do anything for him. But now they want to screw Trump, and they said, let's get it done. Let's start liquidating, and the market will collapse. Okay.
So a low interest rate policy, I think, partially accounts for why housing prices have rebounded and also is an influence on equity prices. But it's not the only influence. The economy is recovering.
Economy's recovering. We never had a recovery. Let's take a call. Okay, let's take Art. Go ahead, Art. You're on
How you
the
doing,
air.
Phil?
I'm doing just great.
Oh, I was just wondering what the next buy point is on Dollar Tree, DLTR.
All right, let's take a good look at Dollar Tree. All right, bring it back. Let me just take a look at it for a moment here. Put it up on my chart. Okay, good. Yeah, Dollar Tree right now, remember, Dollar Tree has dropped from $91 all the way down to $72. So that was quite a drop. And so you had a 20% correction. I like the way you're buying because that's how you're supposed to buy after they have these corrections. It just started to turn green. Money, the institutions and the banks all came in around $76.44. That was on March 29th. So you got the institutions in here. They're still in here. I wouldn't add to my position until I got above $81.12.
81. Okay.
Then once you break through that 81 area, you got clear sailing.
Okay.
All right.
All
Very
right.
good. All right. Thank you for your call. All right. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about staying away from fundamentals and listening to the noise. Who are you going to listen to? You know, these economists that come on like CNBC, Steve Leisman, they're trash. They're trash economists. Steve Leisman couldn't get a job at any big Wall Street firm. Okay. Mark Zandi's another one. These are trashy economists. These guys can be bought to say anything. They can be bought to say anything.
The economy is moving in the right direction. Stock prices are rising. House prices have stabilized.
Listen to him again, what he said today.
So the economy is moving in the right direction.
How can the economy be moving in the right direction? We have no wages. What's he talking about? Our GDP, our economic growth is 1.8%. It's been 1.8% for 8 years. We're growing at 1.8% for 8 years when every other president was at 3%. How can he say the economy is doing well?
So the economy is moving in the right direction.
But we've been at 1.8% for 8 years, Andy, because he's a trashy economist who he will take anybody's money. It's like a lot of articles you read. People don't realize this in the business industry. When you read these articles in business magazines and they do a flowing article about some stock or some company, they've been paid. They're paid under the table to do that, for God's sakes. So don't ever listen to him. And Steve Leisman, he is so dumb. He's the one who told us right before the crash in 2008, look at this, or the housing crash. He says, look at this. This is wonderful. People are spending more money than they're taking in. Isn't this great? Look how strong they are. What are you, nuts? We'll take a look at some charts when we get back, some more stocks. We've got a lot to talk about today.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of Phil's Gang. I got a great opportunity for those people who are disgusted with the market, who don't have time to learn. What you do is follow me in the exchange-traded fund that I'm invested in. Every day you go to my site and you can see exactly what I am doing with my investment, and you can mimic me. Nobody else dares do that. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of Phil's Gang. I got a great opportunity for those people who are disgusted with the market, who don't have time to learn. What you do is follow me in the exchange-traded fund that I'm invested in. Every day you go to my site and you can see exactly what I am doing with my investment, and you can mimic me. Nobody else dares do that. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Phil's Gang offers one of the best collections of charts available on the internet. We built the Max Best software to have the best features, and so far, the early reviews have been great. So don't just be an investor, be a Max investor with Phil's Gang Max Investor 1000 stock charts. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. St. Jude takes care of absolutely everything. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge.
St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
St. Jude is uniquely positioned to advance the cures of pediatric cancer, I think better than any other institution in the world. The contributions make a big difference.
Donors are important to us because you get the feeling that you have a team behind you. We have the resources and we have the focus, and so if St. Jude doesn't do it, who will?
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hey gang, be sure to join Phil Grandy at Michael's on East in Sarasota on Wednesday, May 10th for an open discussion presented by Tampa's AM 860, The Answer, called Taking an Honest Look at the First 100 Days of the Trump Presidency. Phil will be joined by Mike Gallagher, Larry Elder, Captain Matt Bruce, and Bill Bunkley. The VIP reception starts at 5:30 and the main event is at 7 p.m. Again, that's Wednesday, May 10th at Michael's on East in Sarasota. For all ticket information, simply go to philsgang.com and click on the banner on the homepage. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil's subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil. Recognized as an Axiom Business Award winner, the highly acclaimed Walter's Way book, authored by legendary businessman Walter Scheer, is now available in digital and audio formats at the philsgang.com Bud Z store. Enjoy the stories of a relief kid who survived TB, corporate betrayal, bankruptcy, and still made millions and touched the lives of billions. Don't wait. Pick up the Walter's Way book in hardcover, digital, and in audio format at philsgang.com.
And to purchase the book, just go to philsgang.com and either click on Walter Scheer's banner or click on shopping cart. It takes you right to Phil's Gang, Bud Z store. Great book. You'll enjoy it. Great person. 92 years old, and he's still an active CEO of the largest privately held oil and gas drilling company in the United States. How's that? 92, still working every day. Okay. Wednesday, May 10th. I'm going to be at Michael's on East here in Sarasota, Florida. So why don't you join myself and Mike Gallagher, Larry Elder, Captain Matt Bruce, Bill Buckley, and we're going to discuss the president's first 100 days. And you're going to be able to ask questions, and love to see all my gang members and non-gang members, radio listeners. Make sure you get your tickets early, because Michael's on East is not a very big place, and we'll fill it pretty quick. My gang members will fill it. So the VIP reception starts at 5:30 to 6:45. The main event, 7 to 9. So please get your tickets. Get them early before we're out of the tickets, okay? So that is May 10th, and it's right around the corner. All right. So we got a lot to talk about. How do we make some money? What should we be looking at? Right now, I think the best place to be making money in the future, not right now, you just got to be holding on, is buy a little bit of gold, mining stocks. That's right. Buy the exchange-traded fund. Now, the gold mining stocks, if you take a look at GDX, that's a basket of these stocks. They're setting up nicely right now. You just got to have a little patience, okay? The gold mining stocks have dropped. If you go back a year, okay, they have dropped from $32 down to about $19, and about 40%. And they've been making their way slowly back up, and then they got hit again. And that's the beautiful thing about the chart, because if you go look at it, institution money came in at $19.34. And then the institution money got out around $25. So that's a 29% gain. But here's what was beautiful. You could sleep at night because of the chart. It turned red until the institutions that were buying it are now getting out. And that's what happened. And so you're able to keep that money. That's the most important thing, is to keep the money. Anybody can buy a stock. Anybody can make money in a stock. How can you not? Stocks go up 73% of the time. But here's the problem. Nobody ever tells you get out, because to get out, the Wall Street loses money. They took parking space in your head with this buy and hold nonsense. And you buy and hold, they tell you, remember? But the problem is, when the market starts going against you, you don't have enough money to withstand that pullback, and you have to get out. A lot of people buy stocks on margin, and as soon as it starts dropping, they get a margin call. They can't cover it. They say, well, just dump it, and it accelerates downward. You should never, ever be in a stock unless you got confidence that you know that when the institutions that drive that stock up, look, it's not earnings that drive stocks, profits, margins. None of that drives a stock higher. You can do all the research you want about a stock. You can do all the research, get all the fundamentals. It means nothing. It means nothing. All that counts is when those institutions, when those 9 banks decide to get out, and the hedge funds decide to get out, the fundamentals mean nothing. And that's a beautiful thing. So gold right now is just coming into its cycle, just starting to come into mining stocks, just setting up perfectly. So we bought a little bit of the gold mining stocks today, and we bought GDX, a little bit of that's an exchange traded fund. Now, if you want to follow me on this exchange traded fund, now I have people following me on some other exchange traded funds, and I have on the spiders. Also, I'm short on the industrials. Because why? Because everybody thought that the industrial stocks were going to go through the moon because of all the infrastructure that's going to be done. And I looked at the chart and I saw that all the institutions were starting to pull their money out. And it made sense, because it's going to be probably a year before they start any construction. Look, they can't even agree on the health care repeal. Now they can't even agree on the cuts for the tax reform. How do you think they're going to agree on raising the debt ceiling? They're not. You're not going to see anything for a year. So all of a sudden I see the institutions pull their money out of the industrial stocks where it's supposed to do so good because of all this money, the $1 trillion that was going to come into the bridges and roads, and the industrial stocks would explode. Well, no, guess what? Thank God I use a chart that has color-coded and not listening to fundamentals, and all of a sudden the money started to pull out. So we got a very small position in that. And gas, we bought the gas exchange traded. That's done great. That's up over 10%. and UNG that's a 3 of them. And in GDX we bought today just a little bit just to get in. So you got plenty of time, so you can follow me starting today with GDX. Now, what does that mean, follow me? All it means is that you become a gang member for $39.95, and then you don't have to spend any time learning anything. You don't have to spend any time. Every day, at the end of the day, I do a video and tell you what I am doing with my investment. I show you what I'm doing. I'll tell you when I'm adding to my position, or I'm telling you if I'm going to take off my stock. I'm going to tell you if I'm going to get out of the position. Now, you're not investing your money with me. I'm not a fund. But what you're doing is, if you know any stockbroker who would do this for you, you know any planner who would do this for you, say, look, would you go please buy your planner? Next time your planner calls you, your stockbroker calls, say, well, would you buy it first? And I want to follow you, and I want to do exactly what you're doing. Tell me one broker who would ever do that for you. But that's what I'm doing here at Phil's Gang. But also, you got all kinds of... You got the classroom, you got videos, you got alerts, you got updates, you got coffee talk, you got so many things for $39.95. Check it out. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG, and everything is archived. But the reason why I did the MV2, and the reason why I wanted to put this program together, the Exchange Traded Fund program, for people who just don't have time. And for people who just don't want to learn about anything. They just don't want to learn. Just make me money. Just make me money. How many times have you given your broker, just make me money, just make me... 9 out of 10 people don't want to learn. They just want to make me money. Why do you think this is such a big industry? Why do you think the stock industry, why do you think they got those big buildings on Wall Street? Because they're taking advantage of the people who say, I don't want to give up. Just here, just make money for me. I don't want to know about it. Just give me money. They're taking advantage of you. That's why you can't make money. Well, this way you can. Because you're going to follow me. All right, enough of that. Look. Let's talk about these job numbers. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? These job numbers really suck. The job numbers are horrible. I mean, the manufacturing job numbers are awful. I mean, it's just, most of these jobs, I just said, I got to find my numbers now, but most of these job numbers are just pathetic. The retail, brutal. And they lost 30,000 in retail. And you know what? Where the good jobs, like the construction jobs and the manufacturing, all the big money jobs, nothing. It's all service jobs. Terrible. So look. Today, when they got that surprise, everybody was stunned. I wasn't stunned. I told you the ADP number was wrong. It was wrong. Hey, we'll be right back. More stock. Join my gang and start following me in the Exchange Traded Fund, GDX. I just bought some today.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil's subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Phil Grant is a career businessman who's also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
To be able to just get my son to St. Jude and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Many of you do not have time to be in individual stocks. You don't have time to learn. Well, I have a solution. As I invest in my own exchange-traded fund, like the Spiders, you now can follow me. Every time I do something, you do exactly what I do. It's a great opportunity. Join philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Hey gang, be sure to join Phil Grandy at Michael's on East in Sarasota on Wednesday, May 10th for an open discussion presented by Tampa's AM 860, The Answer, called Taking an Honest Look at the First 100 Days of the Trump Presidency. Phil will be joined by Mike Gallagher, Larry Elder, Captain Matt Bruce, and Bill Bunkley. The VIP reception starts at 5:30 and the main event is at 7 p.m. Again, that's Wednesday, May 10th at Michael's on East in Sarasota. For all ticket information, simply go to philsgang.com and click on the banner on the homepage. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. They're waiting for your call. Join, $39.95. Why don't you start following me? I just bought a little bit of GDX this morning. That's the exchange traded fund for mining stocks. So that means you can start on Monday following what I do. And all I do at the end of the radio show each day, I do a video explaining what I am doing with GDX, and then you can do the same thing. I also do it with the Spiders. I also do it with the industrials. I have a exchange traded fund, industrial stocks, because I believe these things aren't going to go through fast enough. All the reconstruction and the building of the bridges and roads, and I believe I can see it. The money's already coming out. So that's another good one. Okay, that's another good one. Now, I'm not saying you're going to win on them all. I'm not going to say that you're going to be a millionaire. I'm not saying that at all. If on 5 transactions you lose on 3, you still make money. You still make money. One reason, because your expenses are so low. But you're managing your money. You're not trying to manage your stock. Every time you buy a stock, you know nothing about the stock. You have no clue. And then you think, oh, this guy's got to know a lot about it. This guy on CNBC. He must know about the market cap and the trailing PE ratio. He talks about it all the time. I don't know what that means. I hear him talk about price to book, price to sales. I hear him talk about profit margin. I don't know what that means, but he must be smart. None of that means a thing anymore. It doesn't. You got to retire with some money, and you're not going to do it with your 401k. You're not going to do it. It's impossible. So let's take a look at some of these job numbers. This was the lowest monthly job number since May of 2016. Remember, they promised us the ADP number was 265,000 jobs, 96,000 jobs, 98,000 jobs. Retail lost 30,000 jobs in March. Employment in general merchandise stores declined by 35,000 and has declined by 89,000 since the recent high in 2016. What's that tell you about the economy? When they tell you when I hear Zandy say this.
So the economy is moving in the right direction.
So how can the economy be moving in the right direction when we are growing at 1.8% every year for 8 years? We're not growing. And then you take a look at the retail. Look at the retail jobs. They're getting killed. Now, mining jobs added 11,000. Manufacturing, 11,000. At least the manufacturing started to come back a little bit. Thank God for Trump keeping the jobs here. But here's the problem. Construction dropped from 59,000 to 6,000. You see? That's why I'm short the industrial stocks, the Exchange Traded Fund XLI. So why don't you join the gang and follow me with that one too, as well as the gold mining stocks I bought today. Retail, we talked about that. But listen to this. So manufacturing is 11,000. Mining is 11,000. Here we go. But now healthcare. I mean, not healthcare. Professional businesses and service jobs. Are you kidding me? That increase from 27,000 to 45,000. Yeah, that's what we really need. An increase in professional and business service jobs. They went from 21 to 45,000. Are you kidding me? Food services, bartending, all that. Another 27,000 jobs. So you're getting your jobs back in bartending. Look, here's the bottom line. It's been proven. 94% of the jobs in the last 8 years that Obama put on, 94% were all part-time service jobs. That's not a lie. Go look it up. That's not a lie. So the jobs stink because the economy's not growing. Where do you get jobs from? If you ask your senator, how do you create jobs? Where do you get it from? He won't be able to tell you. They're stupid. Most of them are stupid. They won't be able to tell you. You get jobs from one place, two places. You get it from the small business in your town. They're the engine to job growth. Most of our jobs come from small businesses, but they've been cut off. Bernanke and then Aunt B and Obama said to the banks, do not loan to small businesses. Do not loan, period. Matter of fact, we're going to raise the amount of money you got to have in your bank at any one given time. So that you can't lend. And that's what they did. But they said, but here's what we're going to do. Not just using a number. Let's say they had to have $10 million in their bank. Now they wanted to raise it to $30 million. That means there's not enough money to lend. But what the Federal Reserve did, Aunt B, said, we'll pay you more money than you can make lending it. And you want to know why the economy's not growing? That's why. It's because small businesses can't get loans. I got friends here in Sarasota have small, but they can't get a loan for inventory. Because the bank is making more money, not loaning them, by giving the money to the Federal Reserve overnight. And Trump is trying to change this. But it's not going to be happening for a long time. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. But that's why you got to learn, if you're going to retire, not eat cat food, take your Social Security check, cash it, and go down and get cat food, you got to start doing something. Your 401k is not going to make it. Do something. You got to start creating some wealth. Now, the beautiful thing in creation of wealth is stocks go up and stocks go down. But they've been teaching you and taking parking space in your head for 100 years. Do not sell stocks when they go down. Do not short stocks. It's dangerous. It's not dangerous. They don't want you selling your stock because they get paid on how big the fund is, for God's sakes. Ridiculous, isn't it? Trump, I talked with him when he was in Sarasota, and I said, why don't you first of all, get rid of payroll tax. Nobody should be paying a payroll tax. Forget the Social Security tax. Get rid of that tax. Let people keep their own money. They can invest it the way they want. Of course, he's not going to do that because he figured he'd lose the election. But first of all, the payroll tax is a joke. That you want to grow the economy? Give that money to the people. That's a cruel tax. Why should we be taxed on our labor? That is stupid. Tax us on our labor. That would grow the economy. The 0% interest rate has not been able to grow the economy. It's killed the economy. The only people that made money were the rich because that 0% interest rate went right into the stock market. That's where all the rich got money free. They could borrow it free and buy stocks, buy their own stocks back. But the guy on the street hasn't made any money. What are you, nuts? In reality, the Fed's zero interest rate policy and QE, where they kept printing $85 billion a month to buy the treasuries, to force everybody out of treasuries, out of bonds into the stock market, has killed this economy. That's why we have 100 million people out of work. And that's why 94% of the jobs created are service jobs. By holding the federal funds tax rate near zero since December 2008 has been a joke. So low for so long that real after-tax interest rates are negative. What does that do? It hurts the middle-class family. It hurts the retirees. So what do? They look at their savings account. They're getting 0.1% or less than 0.25% in savings for CDs. They make a mistake and they get scared. They say, I got to get some return somewhere. So they start speculating in stuff they shouldn't speculate in. They start flipping houses, or they start buying diamonds, or do something, and they get hurt because they don't know anything about investing. That's the problem. That's the problem. So you're fighting time. You know you're going to retire. You're 45 years old. If you're 35, start now. And it's not 401ks. Aunt B, think about it. Like Bernanke, kept forcing banks to put more and more money in with the Federal Reserve so they wouldn't lend. Isn't that awful? And you wonder why you don't have a good job? In Congress, those crooks, the Democrats and the Republicans, remember, they masked and covered over what the Federal Reserve, the damage it was doing by leaving rates at zero. They masked it, covered it for them. Because why? They need the Federal Reserve. Because when Congress spends more than they take in, they go and they sell that debt to the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve provides them that money. So they're not going to say, the congressmen aren't going to say anything to the Federal Reserve. That's why we could never get Congress to vote to audit it. We could never get Congress to vote to get rid of the Federal Reserve. I will never understand why we give the Federal Reserve the printing machine and we got to pay them to print money for us. We could print it ourselves. This is something's wrong. Okay, look, GDX, I just bought that exchange traded fund today. Try that for a month. Just follow me for a month on GDX. Sign up right now. They're waiting for your call. 877-600-GANG.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dreams.
Hey, gang.